Hello everyone, a major transformation is happening in the sky when Jupiter, Guru, enters a sign of Aries. He loves to be in this sign. He gets so much power and starts a whole new cycle in the first sign of the zodiac. But very importantly, there is a crisis situation happening, everybody, as Jupiter transits into Aries on the 22nd of April this time. Why is this? Well, as always, yes, Jupiter goes from a water to a fire sign. It's a Gandanta crossing. I'll talk about the dangers there, but it's much deeper because this time, as Jupiter goes into Aries, the sun is already there exalted and has just been eclipsed by Rahu. A solar eclipse has just occurred. And of course, as Jupiter goes into Aries, he will join the eclipsing factor, his great enemy, Rahu. It's a crisis. It's total instability. It's lack of knowledge of the new direction which you have to take, but you know you cannot go back. Do not fear. The redemption is not far off. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below, and if the video is good for you, give it a thumbs up. Let's begin. Key dates, everybody, for your diary, of course. Jupiter enters Aries the 22nd of April 23, and he goes retrograde on the 1st of October for a 3-month period, right up until the end of December. His retrograde phase will give everybody a chance to reevaluate their goals. I don't need to make a new video because all the predictions are consistent on this video. And he will leave Aries on the 1st of May 2024. The first thing to note, everybody, is the Gandanta dates from the 18th until the 26th of April. Circle them very, very carefully in your diary. Jupiter is making the crossing from his own sign, water sign of Pisces, to the fire sign of Aries. It's a very delicate point when there is a clash of energy and everybody becomes confused. Chaos abounds during this period. All Gandanta points are sensitive, but this one between Pisces, water, and Aries, fire, is particularly sensitive. It's the end and the beginning of the zodiac merged. Gand means radical, Anta means ending. It's a radical ending, but a new beginning. It's a particularly unstable period. And of course, a solar eclipse is happening right in the middle of this Gandanta point. I will post nearer to the time about that eclipse, but it just shows you what a delicate moment this week or so will be. Therefore, for everybody, Jupiterian factors go into a flux in this period. Be very careful if you are signing any documents. In fact, probably don't sign anything. Watch financial factors. Markets are in flux. Definitely, children could be having problems if you should have them. And if you are a student, education becomes completely chaotic. One thing for sure, make no big decisions this time. Everybody's super sensitive. Everybody around you will be acting slightly irrationally because everybody knows a new beginning is coming. However, everybody, no sooner has Jupiter entered into the sign of Aries, yes, ready to start a new phase in everybody's life, beginning of the zodiac, than he is meeting up with Rahu. This is known as a Guru Chandal Yoga. And this Guru Chandal Yoga will be in effect right up until the end of October, affecting everybody wherever Aries is in your chart. Now, don't forget, everybody, Rahu has been in Aries since April 2022, for a year now. And Rahu has been wreaking havoc in some people's lives where Aries is in your chart. And for other people, he's opened amazing opportunities. Please check out the video already on my channel, Rahu Transit Aries and K2 in Libra, of course. The link is below, because when you understand that transit, you will understand clearly how this Jupiter effect with Rahu, Guru Chandal Yoga, is going to push your life forward. Don't forget, it's no easy process because Jupiter is all beneficence, Rahu is all maleficence. You see, Rahu is the great tempter, and the only person who can control him is Jupiter. And Jupiter in Aries has super strength to do this. And in some cases, Rahu will pick up on this energy of Jupiter, this expansion energy, these innate, wonderful possibilities. Because in Aries, it's all about challenge. It's all about fighting for what you want. So Rahu will feel enlivened in some respects by this Jupiter aspect. On the other hand, where there has been deception operating in your life, where there has been trickery, where there has been maleficence, Jupiter will bring it all out into the light of day, and swift retribution will come. Therefore, when Jupiter and Rahu come together, it's quite simple. There will be decisions to be made about the new road ahead. For some people, it's a real acknowledgement that you've been going down the wrong path. For some other people, it's opportunity where there had been stagnation before. So for everybody, Jupiter Rahu is a real challenge to the status quo. That's the thing to understand. And what date should you be looking out for? The dates of challenge and crisis will be between the 27th of May until the 4th of June when the combustion takes place. During these dates, have a lot of caution. Look at what is before you, but don't make definite decisions just yet. And the Guru Chandal Yoga, everybody, will be in effect for the whole of May and June, actually, although not so exact. Take care during these months to see the challenges and the changes coming up. But this is the important thing. The zodiac divides into two. For some signs, it's opportunity. For some signs, it's very, very unstable. It depends whether Jupiter is a functional malefic or benefic for your sign, and how Rahu operates for your moon sign or ascendant. So these are the signs for whom Guru is a beneficent planet especially. So if your moon or ascendant, either one, is Aries, Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius or Pisces, then during this Guru Chandal Yoga transit, there will be opportunities for these signs. New doors will open very, very fast indeed. For these ascendants' moon sign, Jupiter will control the maleficence of Rahu, putting you on the right path at long last. However, it's most beneficent when ascendant and moon sign are both one of these signs. That's because when your ascendant or moon sign is any one of these 6 signs, Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn, for these signs, Guru is a actual functional malefic. What does this mean? Well, it means that he's going to bring you challenge, definitely, because Rahu for these signs is especially strong. Therefore, Rahu will fight Jupiter for these signs. Much confusion, much temptation will come into these signs' experience. You have to have caution during Guru Chandal Yoga if any of these signs are your ascendant or moon sign. Let's have a deeper examination now of the actual Jupiter transit in Aries as a whole. On the 22nd of April 23, Guru enters into Aries right after an solar eclipse. This is a most startling development. Of course, he's crossed the Gandanta point from his own home into Aries. I've just spoken about that. But you see, Guru is more than happy to get into Aries. This is a sign of his great friend Mangala. And at the moment that he enters Aries, Mars Mangala is 3 signs away in Gemini. But Mars in Gemini is no steadying factor. It's going to make everything even more chaotic. In fact, 3 signs away means that things become a bit argumentative, a bit trying. Everybody is pushing forward to do something different. Everybody wants to have their say. Everybody is excited and agitated at this moment of Jupiter entering Aries. So many things are changing so quickly. So many sudden events, communications coming that everybody is literally left spinning. Solar eclipse, Guru entering in a Gandanta, Mars in Gemini. Try to take a deep breath, everybody, around these dates. However, despite the very, very rocky and somewhat, let's say, unexpected beginnings when there's a lot of fear and confusion, Jupiter in Aries has a long-term prospect to bring peace and happiness. Why? Because he has entered here just after solar eclipse, but the moon has, part of that eclipse, has now gone into Taurus with Venus. The moon in the 2nd house from Jupiter with Venus is extremely protective of this transit. It shows that ultimately Guru Aries will stabilize many factors in people's life. It's good for business people, enterprise, definitely. It's excellent for family life, and a certain feeling of stability and happiness can develop for many people from this Guru Aries transit. And in addition, Shani is having a 3rd aspect onto Jupiter right the way through the transit. This again is not a bad thing. It's a favorable thing. It means that actually Shani is having a very important controlling effect on the Guru Chandal Yoga as it is in operation during the dates I've just shown you. You see, everyone, despite the Guru Rahu aspect, the Guru Chandal yoga, it's a good startup phase to have Jupiter Aries. Many people start something new during this transit, but because Saturn has a third aspect, it controls impulsivity. It controls, for many people, throwing caution to the wind, basically. Now, some people might find this too controlling, a little bit restrictive, but for most people, it's a good thing. And finally, throughout the whole transit, Guru will have a trine aspect onto the house of Leo, rulers and kings, and the house of Sagittarius, the sign of the battlefield. Jupiter is the planet that brings peace, but please remember he rules the battlefield itself, because battle is ultimately about righteous good cause winning over evil cause always. That is what happens in the end. Jupiter, though, is in Aries right now. He's got his full armor on, ready to fight, and the king ruler has just been eclipsed. When I do the eclipse video coming up very soon, I will talk more about this dramatic situation. It's impacting war-torn areas in the world, and it's impacting kings, rulers, monarchy. Another important crisis coming up. Again, watch out for the upcoming videos. How to use these predictions and readings. You must have Vedic horoscope. You must have sidereal sign of your ascendant and your moon sign. Read from both to get the most detailed prediction. Don't forget to check at the bottom of my description box. There's a website there where you can actually put in your birth data and bring up correct Vedic positions. Let's begin. It's a bumper time for Aries, Moon, Aries, Lagna, because Jupiter is Lord of your 9th house. He's your Lord of Fortune, and he's coming into your own sign. It's really special, actually, because Rahu has been here for some time, but Rahu is your Badaka Lord, Lord of your 11th house. He's pushing you into a whole new phase in your life. I hope you've seen my video, Rahu Aries. The link is below. But when Jupiter gets here, all of a sudden, the obstacles holding you back, everything which had seemed too impossible to happen, is actually going to happen. So get ready for the opportunities opening before you. Get ready for many sudden changes. Your head will be spinning a little bit by this, but actually you're always ready. You never hesitate when opportunity knocks, and now it is going to do so during the whole of this Jupiter Aries transit. Particularly favorable if your ascendant should be Aries. Now, if your moon is Aries, it's favorable, but there's a difference. Moon in Aries has Jupiter transiting and Rahu. There's an eclipse effect happening on your moon. It's highly emotional factor. There will be fortune, but high emotions also during the whole of this year. But whether moon or ascendant, this Jupiter Aries transit is good because it gives you opportunity for expansion, for foreign travel, higher education, fantastic possibilities, for philosophical study, religious study, foreign travel, for deep connections to people from foreign lands, foreign shores, and students and everybody on any course of study is going to benefit. Your mind expands tremendously from this transit. It's an important transit for intimate spousal relationships as well. K2 has been here since last spring in this house, 7th house, causing some distance between you and your partner sometimes, or making it difficult to connect to others. Jupiter's aspect here will change all that. All of a sudden, you are more optimistic about relationships. And Jupiter's aspect to the 5th house, new romantic possibilities also are open to Aries, Ascendant and Moon during this transit. It's good for your health to have Jupiter with the moon or Jupiter in Ascendant. One thing, you may have a big attraction to sweet foods during this transit, and weight for some of you could be an issue. Now, although Jupiter is Lord of your expenses going into this house, he can help you to curb them, help you to take control of them. Why? Because he aspects the actual house of fortune. It's good for business people, definitely. Jupiter aspecting 7th house brings a new spring to your feet, basically. All of a sudden, business takes off where it had been failing before. Though you are benefiting definitely with creative ideas during this Jupiter-Rahu transit. So for you, you're one of the signs for whom Guru Chandal Yoga expands ideas and prosperity for you. Good opportunities. Business partnerships, though, may be very tense because K2 continues in this 7th house. Don't forget, Rahu in this sign with Jupiter right up until October. It's about new beginnings, but you are in control of it. You are the initiator. You are the creative factor. You have to have the daring to do things under your own steam right up until October. Jupiter rules children, aspecting 5th and the 9th house during the transit. Fantastic for starting a family. And aspecting 5th house, all of your problems with your existing children. Rapport gets so much stronger. Better communication, better relationship with them, and some of their problems get sorted also from this transit. Education is favored, definitely. Jupiter rules education, rules your 9th house of higher learning and your study house, 12th house, private study, and you are definitely learning very well this year. Aspect to the 5th house and the 9th house. You can start any new course and have fantastic success, or have success on any educational course you are doing now. All of a sudden, everything makes sense. All of a sudden, your brain, 1st house, is totally fired up with this subject. You enjoy learning this year. You get great success. And Jupiter and Rahu coming together, 1st house, foreign travel is a big possibility for many Aries. You get real itchy feet, definitely. Jupiter and Rahu are both aspecting 9th house. It's good for foreign land travel. It's good for exploration. But during the exact Jupiter-Rahu conjunction, there may be a few hiccups there because Jupiter rules 12th house. Just be careful of all those fine details of the journey. That's all. For Taurus Moon and Taurus Ascendant, now Jupiter Guru is a difficult planet for you despite he brings you benefit. He's a malefic for your chart. This doesn't mean you won't get benefit, but you will always get a challenge. He rules your 8th house and your 11th house. He brings you profit. He brings you new friends. He expands network circles. He can bring you happiness in life, but always something has to be let go. During the last year, some of you may have had very good financial profit with Jupiter 11th house. Most of you may have had a new increase in income, a new job, new friendships. It's been all expansion in your life. Some of you even have had inheritance, although once again, that could come with some loss in your life. Guru going into your 12th house as he crosses Gandanta. I've been talking about that beginning of the video. It makes you very confused about your life direction. You're going to spend a lot of time in a more isolated maybe or quieter contemplation during the next year, thinking about what your future is before Jupiter enters your sign of Taurus in 2024. But this, what you could call downtime to yourself, having some time to contemplate, to spend in quietude, is actually good for Taurians. Often you push yourself in spurts of action. Well, sometimes you just need to think a little bit before you push forward. This Jupiter transit can actually be very, very beneficial to you, particularly for health, because Rahu 12th house has been troublesome recently. Make this the year you finally get to meditate, Taurus. You finally get to do a real spiritual practice on a regular basis. It will benefit you enormously. Make this the year you do occult study, spiritual study, astrology, etc. The wisdom coming to you will be tremendous because of Jupiter's aspect onto the secretive 8th house. Jupiter is in the house of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious worries will lessen. You may get inspiration from dreams many times. Keep a dream diary during this year. You may even see the future, some of you, in your dreams, or get inspiration for future planning. I'm quite serious about this, by the way. Jupiter helps your sleep, helps you to really let go, which you perhaps not being doing because of this Rahu-Ketu axis. But beware at the beginning of the transit. It will be the opposite probably, because the Guru Chandal yoga is making you really restless in this 12th house. As I say, you're one of the signs for whom it becomes difficult. Check the beginning of the video. So after Rahu leaves and goes into your 11th house and Jupiter is alone here, after the end of October 23, wow, you really get the health benefits, really feel revitalized and transformed. It's really favorable transit for you after October 23. But because Jupiter rules your 11th house and your 8th house, business people, and everybody should be cautious when Jupiter is with Rahu 12th house. Do not take new business beginnings, please. Do not make new big financial investments until the Guru Chandal yoga has separated. Basically, I would say until after October. Now, Rahu is the lord of your 10th house and conjuncting Jupiter at the beginning of this transit, particularly, as I've said, April, May, June. There are big changes in the job front on the career side for many Taurians. Jupiter Rahu aspecting 6th house. There could be difficult tension in your workplace, difficult office politics going on. Don't become involved in this. You become quite secretive about career moves actually during this transit. That's a good thing. Wait until after Jupiter Rahu Guru Chandal disperses. Then Rahu in your 11th house at the end of the year, you can get promotion. You can get all the changes, all the opportunities you want. Hold fire at the beginning. It's the most dangerous point for your career. However, one area really benefits, and that's your home life. Guru's transit is aspecting the 4th house of your chart. During this transit of Jupiter in Aries, you can move. Many of you will move home, renovate home, buy a new home. Property sales are fantastic. Anything to do with making a change into your domestic sphere in any small way will go extremely well during this transit. You can improve your joint finances with your spouse and your investments, legacies, wills and legacies, by the way, may be coming to some Taurians during this year, but all of your stock market investments go well if you just leave them alone, basically. Don't make big changes until after Rahu has gone backwards in October, as I've previously said. Students and everybody in education will benefit if you are Taurus by this Jupiter 12th house transit. Finally, you make the changes to your living situation that help you to study. Jupiter aspecting 4th house, 8th house, and being in the 12th house, researchers do really, really well. Quiet study, you get the best results. You really begin to understand things that had just not been understandable before. And those of you doing occult study or astrology, what an opportunity for you. Jupiter in this 12th house, you finally understand. All of the knowledge comes to you deep within. You finally really subconsciously get it because Jupiter aspects the 8th house of deep occult study. Relationship factors. Jupiter's Aries transit, there is a trine, as I say, to the 4th house of home. If you are living with a partner, it's good because domestic situation improves and there is more harmony. If you are seeking new partner, Jupiter here doesn't exactly help with that at the moment, but do not fear, 2024, that will all change. What you are really seeking is to know who you are this year. When you are more confident in yourself, more peaceful with yourself, then you are ready for the right relationship. For Gemini Moon and Gemini Ascendant, Jupiter always causes you a bit of hassle, let's say, because he is a Kendra Lord, a benefic Kendra Lord, 7th and 10th. This makes him a difficult planet for you. Thank goodness he's going into the 11th house, where he's happy to be and actually brings you enormous benefit in this transit. What happens very fast for you, Gemini, during the first few months of this Jupiter Aries transit. Check what I've said at the beginning of the video, though. It's a bit of a dangerous period for you also because Rahu is getting strength in your chart more than Guru. Because Jupiter Rahu are good in this 11th house, you can expect many new factors coming up really, really fast in your life in the springtime. First of all, new romantic opportunities for some of you could be there, definitely happening if you are seeking new relationship. There could be definitely good business opportunities, business opening out of the blue. There could be job possibilities, promotion, interviews coming up, new helpful friendships just appearing out of the blue. Your whole life is expanding and it's happening so quickly. But Guru Chandal Yoga is difficult for Gemini because Jupiter is a weaker planet for you. It's a functional malefic. So because Rahu is so strong, he's exalted in your sign. For example, in your chart, there could be deception. There could be a little bit of things not being quite what they seem. Now, this won't happen all the time because individual chart has to be seen, but definitely have a little bit of caution. If you take it slowly rather than just jumping in head first, don't forget Rahu isn't going anywhere from this 11th house. He's staying there right up until October, and Jupiter's here for a year. You have time. Don't rush. If you do that, these opportunities which are still with you, summer, autumn period, they will definitely be good for you. It's good for fantastic increase in income. Many Geminis find a much more satisfactory job or get promotion or definitely find extra source of income during this Jupiter Aries transit. Now, Jupiter rules your 7th house of partner and spouse, and when he's with Rahu, you must be careful, particularly at the beginning of the transit. Are you being truly open with your partner? Are you afraid to say things? Is there any secrecy? This is the worst possible thing to happen when Rahu conjuncts with Jupiter. Don't forget, Jupiter also rules foreign lands, as does Rahu. You may be traveling with your partner, exploring new social situation with your partner. Something is expanding in this relationship, and this is good. Now, Rahu rules the 9th house of pregnancy, and it's with Jupiter ruling children. That could be unexpected pregnancy or desired pregnancy could definitely there, because Jupiter aspects 5th house of children. It's a very good year to start a new family for many Geminis. Jupiter opposes 5th house, bringing many new romantic possibilities right through the transit. Not just one, there may be more for some Geminis, and certainly Jupiter shows there may be commitment, there may be marriage for Gemini. You will benefit from your siblings, definitely. A little bit of a hiccup maybe with an elder sibling at the beginning of the transit, but after that it's plain sailing. Siblings are beneficial for you. They bring benefit for you, support for you right the way through the transit. It's a great period for students. Jupiter is education. He's aspecting 3rd house. Some of you pick up a new skill. Any opportunity for skill-based training, take it up. It's going to benefit you and even with your income. And although Jupiter aspects 5th house is very, very good for your educational understanding, K2 remains there. So for some Geminis, you're feeling restless in your education course. Some of you could feel like giving up the course completely because Rahu is 9th house Lord, higher education, during the Guru Chandal Yoga transit. And some students have a very active social life, even new romantic opportunities. I've just spoken about this during this Guru Chandal Yoga period right up until October. Take advice of teachers, mentors, etc. That's what Rahu rules in your chart before you make a big change to your education. However, business people do very, very well with this Jupiter Rahu both aspecting marketplace here. There could be tremendous profits, tremendous startup potential during the whole of this Aries Jupiter transit. For Cancer, Moon and Ascendant, Jupiter is the lord of your 9th house of fortune. He is always a good planet for you, but don't forget he rules the 6th house of conflict. So wherever he goes, he brings fortune, but always a bit of conflict too. There'll be sudden changes and even sudden opportunities in your career area. Definitely there could be many changes, such as a new boss, a new structure in your workplace, anything which makes you a little bit insecure but actually offers you definite benefit and definite opportunity. But basically you're starting to get a bit restless about work situation. You're starting to want to stretch yourself, push yourself out. You get a lot of confidence actually from this Guru Chandal Yoga. Some of you feel like leaving the job completely, doing something new. Rahu is urging you on because he is your 8th house lord of total transformation. Take advice, because even though Guru is helping you, Guru Chandal Yoga can be a bit deceptive, but still, don't lose these excellent opportunities. In addition, Jupiter aspects the 4th house. Now you can make those long-awaited domestic changes. K2 has been here for some time. You've been dissatisfied with your domestic situation for so long. Now is a chance to make a change. Some of you move or make dramatic domestic changes, even work from home. Some of you just make something different about how you approach work, and the whole domestic situation will change. So workplace, domestic sphere, they are linked together in a very strong way during this Jupiter Aries transit. And Jupiter's 5th aspect on the 2nd house means that family relationships get so much stronger during the whole of this Jupiter transit. Your domestic changes actually also secure better understanding with your family. However, so much change and so much opportunity puts Cancer into a stress level that is actually quite high. So Jupiter's aspect onto the 6th house, there can be sudden health problems, sudden issues coming up, especially at the beginning of this Guru Aries transit. However, it's a fantastic time to look at your diet and food intake. Jupiter aspects 2nd house and 6th house. You could have a real impulse to eat sweets, by the way. Jupiter rules them during this time. But actually, changing diet, getting good advice about diet will actually make an enormous benefit to your health during this Jupiter Aries transit. Now, Jupiter rules the 5th house of learning education. So for students, it's a bit of a choppy time, this Jupiter-Rahu conjunction. There could be a real feeling of not being up to the course, a feeling of dissatisfaction, stick with it. Make the changes to your domestic sphere that will help you to study. That's the key for success for many students during this transit. For Leo Moon, Leo Ascendant, it's a good thing when Guru goes into the 9th house of your chart. This is a house of fortune, and Jupiter is a great friend to your Lord the Sun. Been trying for you, Jupiter in the 8th house. You felt unsure of your future. You've been even a little bit destabilized for some time. But Guru going into the fortunate 9th house is going to put you back on track, but perhaps not in the way you'd planned. Now, Rahu is your 7th house lord, and he represents not just partner, spouse, but business partner. So in both cases, partner or your business partner have new ideas and you are unsure of them. You're becoming a little bit unsure if this is even a good relationship, some of you, for a short amount of time, because as soon as you listen to your partner a bit more, you will come out of this fear. Jupiter works well for you. He will put you in a really good situation to make future plans with your partner or even business partner, which will be very, very helpful for future happiness and gains. Be a bit more flexible. Don't be so stuck. Don't forget, Leo is fixed sign and don't like change too much. As I said earlier, because Jupiter is a good planet for you, he will contain some of the difficult Rahu energy in this Guru Chandal Yoga. So Rahu expands, by the way, business opportunities for all Leo self-employed people, whether you are in partnership or not. Take the opportunities to expand beyond normal boundaries into far, far distant marketplaces even. Something is expanding. Something is opening to you business-wise, opportunity-wise. You should take that. And more than that, Jupiter is the planet that is about romance and love, and he is aspecting the house of new romantic attachments with Rahu partnerships. Many single Leos meet a new potential partner during this Jupiter Aries transit. There's a very strong chance they will maybe be from distant places, foreign shores perhaps, or from a completely different background to yourself. It's going to be very interesting, very dynamic opportunity for you. There could even be sudden marriage happening really, really quickly because Rahu is a marriage planet. So this Jupiter-Rahu conjunction is a major relationship turning point for all Leos, Moon or Ascendant. In general, then, life picks up a fantastically fast pace of unexpected opportunities, happenings and expansion for all Leos right up until October, when Rahu goes backwards into your 8th house. Generally, though, after October, you feel a little less agitated, much more freer, and the future becomes much clearer to you when the Guru Chandal Yoga is not so powerfully influencing you. In the general workplace, it's good as well, but Jupiter Rahu could show a change in your boss, in your superior, if you are working for somebody, which could be a little unexpected, but will actually work out very, very well for yourself. You will actually get on well with this new person and they will push you upwards. And Jupiter is aspecting the 3rd house of siblings, neighbors. You're getting on with everybody in a much more relaxed way during this transit. You're going to have opportunity to start a family. Many Leos start a family. Jupiter rules children, aspecting 5th house in the 9th house of pregnancy. It's a definite possibility, whether you are male or female, children in some way coming into your life. And for students, this is the year you've been waiting for. Finally, you find a way to deal with this educational course. If you've been struggling, if you felt weighed under, all of a sudden you come out into the light of day. Everything makes sense. Take advice if you've been confused about the course. Jupiter Rahu will show you way to make this education course work for you. Fantastic results, fantastic learning happens for all students during this during this Jupiter Aries transit. It's a great opportunity even to start a new education opportunity. If you are not a student, would be wonderful. It's a very highly powered learning year for many Leo. And it's a good year for foreign travel, definitely. Jupiter here is going to expand you into interesting places, into interesting situations far from your place of birth here. It's a definite year of exploration when all the doors that had been holding you back are suddenly opening up. Go with the flow. It's a powerful transit for Leo. For Virgo, Moon and Ascendant, Jupiter is the lord of your 4th and 7th house. As a benefic ruling the Canderas, he will bring you challenges in life. And when he goes into the 8th house, they'll be coming pretty quick. But you know what? You will gain from every challenge during the transit. Rahu is your co-lord. Jupiter is lord of your partners and your business partners and all business situations. Coming together in this Guru Chandal Yoga 8th house, there will be a crisis situation developing in many Virgos' lives at the beginning of the transit. It's happening because Rahu, which is you, and Jupiter, which is spouse, are coming to some sort of disagreement over financial issues or future together, or spouse has some health issues, or business issues go up in the air with a sudden dangerous financial crisis. You have got to hold calm during all of this. You do not need to change relationship. You do not need to have a new business deal. You simply need to ride this through. Look at it very, very carefully. Have open conversation with your spouse. Have no secrecy. Come to some quiet agreement with your business situation. See it through, because everything will miraculously turn around when Rahu gets away from this Guru conjunction. You will find benefit from all of these difficult, trying times after October. I promise you, from October onwards, this Jupiter Aries transit works for your absolute benefit. Let's see how it's going to happen. First of all, Jupiter aspects 12th house of the chart. This is a time for inward planning, beginning of this transit. It's a great time for students, study, researchers, occult study, as well, by the way, astrology, and for spiritual pursuits. If you go inward, if you find meditation, calm, peace, you won't let all of these things going on around you bother you so much, and you won't make unnecessary changes. There will be some difficulties family-wise at the beginning of this transit. There could be loss of family members even. Some people could see this happen, or there could be difficult ill health in your immediate family. This again is a very stressful factor. Right throughout this transit, Jupiter is trining 4th house of your happiness, of your inner peace. So all of these difficult situations developing around you will not shatter inner peace if you don't allow it to. And after October, many of you move home, renovate home, change the whole domestic scenario to a much more profitable one. So it's certainly a crisis redemption for Virgo. Key is, during this Jupiter Aries, don't overreact. Everything smooths out. Health issues smooth out at the end of this transit. Business becomes stable. Finances become stable. And domestic life becomes very happy. For Libra, Moon and Ascendant, Jupiter can be tricky for you because he rules the 3rd and 6th house. He brings so much conflict into your life. To begin with, he's going to up the ante definitely in your relationships, in your business circle, and with just about everybody in your life. Things are going to get a little bit conflicting. This will worry you. But then when the opportunities come, you'll be very, very glad. One thing for sure, when Jupiter goes from the 6th house into the 7th house, it's going to benefit your health. At long last, Jupiter aspects Ascendant directly. Your health has been suffering because of Jupiter's 6th house transit, causing you many distressing ailments. 7th house is about consultation, so definitely some new medical consultation happens. It changes everything for you health-wise very, very fast indeed at the beginning of the transit. And relationship situations are changing dramatically. Now, this can have many, many different implications. First of all, spouse is definitely coming onto your side now, Jupiter aspecting Ascendant. But don't forget, K2 is still in your rising sign. With K2 in your first house, you've been putting up with quite a few difficult relationship scenarios. Now Jupiter is going to perhaps make it a little bit more worthwhile for you. Spouse has got more time for you. There is more agreement between you. There is a real sense of a new beginning relationship-wise for many Librans during this Guru Chandal yoga. An existing relationship gets a complete spark of life, but don't forget that Guru is not a good planet for you. So still, you have to give way quite a lot on your own ideas still, but you'll be feeling happier because spouse is basically bringing you on board more. You don't feel so left behind in this relationship. If you're seeking a new relationship, a definite new attraction is going to come pretty quickly in this Jupiter Aries transit. Why? Well, first of all, Guru rules third house. Third house is the meeting house where we meet people, particularly sexually attracted to people. And he's gone in a conjunction to Rahu. You can be absolutely certain that new attractions are going to come to single Librans. Please remember, though, the Guru Chandal Yoga can be challenging, difficult. There can be some self-deception or other deception. I'm not saying that's definitely the case in every new relationship, not at all, but you need to take it slowly. That's the thing. After Rahu leaves the 7th house and goes into your 6th house end of October, Jupiter is still here, bringing you many benefits. Even some Librans may be getting married, tying the knot actually, in this Guru transit of Aries between now and May next year. And the 7th house also rules business matters, whether you are in a business partnership or you are self-employed on your own. Marketplace opportunities are shown by this house. So, Guru Chandal Yoga here at the beginning of this transit. Check the dates at the beginning of the video. Very, very carefully circle them because a new business opportunity comes out of the blue. Once again, look at it carefully. Don't take everything on surface situation. Dig deeper to see if it's really going to offer you something long term. Generally, throughout the transit, actually right the way through until May next year, Jupiter aspecting 11th house shows many opportunities for gain, for expansion in your business situation, and definitely very good profits will be there. If you're seeking a new job, it's excellent right the way through this transit. Very good interviews, very good opportunities. Work colleagues support you. Breakthrough situations happen in the workplace. It's all more convivial, all much more smoother. You are much happier as an employed person than you were perhaps last year. Particularly helpful to you are your siblings, elder siblings, younger siblings, both. You're generally having a very sociable and highly interactive year, which is perhaps the happiest thing. Librans love this sort of time in their life when you can focus on other people. Nothing you love more. Which is why it isn't so easy for students. Jupiter rules education, but you're so distracted by this Rahu conjunction, social life, new attractions. You're just not focused on study so easily this year. Some students may even decide to do something else with their life. Well, you have to take care, take some advice, obviously, but if you want to continue with the course, you have to make a real effort during this Jupiter Aries transit. For Scorpio, Moon and Ascendant, when Guru, who is a friend to your Lord Mars, goes into the 6th house, you'll sort out a lot of outstanding problems in your life. The issue is that more problems keep on coming up all the time. You'll be extremely busy during this Jupiter Aries transit. It's actually quite favourable, though, for you in a sort of backhanded way because Guru is a great friend to your Lord Mars. So you get enormous energy when he's in his own sign, Aries, also ruled by Mars, to get things sorted that are outstanding in your life, particularly health problems, particularly work-based issues, and definitely everything to do with legality in your life, legal factors, etc. So conflicts are going to be coming up all the time during this Jupiter Aries transit, but you're going to come out on top of them all. But Jupiter will control for you some of the excesses of this Rahu 6th house. Don't forget, now we have Jupiter and Rahu aspecting the house of career. Many Scorpios make dramatic changes in their whole career direction during this Jupiter Rahu transit and the whole Jupiter 6th house transit. Your whole workplace scenario, workplace situation, environment is going to change during this transit. At the same time, health issues keep on cropping up during this Jupiter Aries transit. But as I've said, it's going to be good for you. Why? Because Jupiter with Rahu makes you think carefully about your health. Take it very seriously. Jupiter rules diet, food intake, and is in the house of digestion with Rahu. Watch your food intake. Watch what you're eating carefully during this Guru Chandal yoga on the dates I've given you at the beginning of the video. And Jupiter brings good advice to you about diet, about health, about eating, dietary factors which need to change, obviously, and about your sleep pattern. Jupiter aspecting 12th house of sleep. Something needs to change there. That will be healing for you also during this year. And if you have pets, small animals, they could be having issues at the beginning of this transit during the first few months. But guess what? It's going to also work out very, very well as you get to grips with it. Some of you have a new pet come into your life during this Jupiter transit. One thing to watch is your finances this year. It's very important. Jupiter rules second house of finances. He's aspecting the house of expenditure and financial security. To begin with, it's all going out of complete control. Expenses are going through the roof at the beginning of this Jupiter Aries transit. But when Rahu moves backwards and Ketu goes out of this 12th house, expenditure gets curtailed after October. So whereas credit card debt may be going through the roof for some Scorpios at the beginning of the transit, after October, more stability comes into your financial situation due to changes in your career and in your spending habits as well. If you have children, because Jupiter rules the 5th house here, you could have some issues with their health at the beginning of the year, but that's going to be temporary. And if you are a student, it's hard to focus, hard to study. You are struggling with the course at the beginning of this Jupiter Aries transit. In fact, there's so much stress that it's really hard to focus on anything at the beginning of the transit, even work situations. But students, employed people, business people, everybody, once you get through this Guru Chandal yoga phase, after summertime, definitely everything becomes more relaxed for you. So you will get your focus back, students, and everybody will feel happier, less stressed at the end of this transit than at the beginning if they are Scorpio, Moon and Lagna. For Sagittarius, Moon and Ascendant, you've been waiting for your Lord to get into the 5th house of the chart where he is most happy to be, because he's in the sign of Aries, a fire sign like yourself. Now, Rahu's been in your 5th house since last year. Check the video on my channel if you've not seen that. Rahu transit Aries, Ketu Libra. And Jupiter coming here is a seminal moment because Jupiter is your Lord. So this Rahu Jupiter conjunction, Guru Chandal Yoga, happening in April, May, June in particular, sparks off a whole new creative opportunity for many Sagittarians. It's superb for students. Learning goes through a whole different curve and you are feeling inspired and happy in your educational opportunities. You can have pregnancy, children, definitely many Sagittarius, Moon and Ascendant, because of Jupiter's placement 5th house aspecting the 9th house. It's very favorable for all engagements with your children, and starting a family is most definitely well aspected. You're feeling a little bit footloose and fancy-free when your Lord is in conjunction to Rahu, because he is your 3rd Lord. You get quite daring about many things. You could just do anything, spare of the moment, actually, Sagittarius, Moon and Ascendant, at the beginning of this Jupiter Aries transit. Here's some examples. You could start a new education course. You could leave an educational course. You could travel abroad, spare of the moment, because Jupiter and Rahu aspect the 9th house. In relationships, it gets very exciting for those of you seeking new attraction, new relationship and romance, because Jupiter is your Lord, and of course Rahu rules the 3rd house of meeting new attraction. A very strong sexual attraction, really impulsive attraction could happen for some Sagittarians. Where's it going to happen? Through your network circles, through your foreign travel, as I've just mentioned, and through study situations for students, because Jupiter is higher education scenario. It could even happen through social networks and internet factors, because Rahu rules these and he is in conjunction to Jupiter. This could be whirlwind romance, just something very compulsive. So be careful, because Rahu is your third lord, to get to know people slowly. Don't get too swept off your feet. But nonetheless, opportunities are there for all single Sagittarians. Now, for all Sagittarians at the beginning of the transit, whether it's business people, employed people, there is a risk-taking scenario opening up to you at the beginning of the transit. There could be job interview possibilities suddenly and unsought. Once again, look into them carefully. They may not be all they seem. I'm just saying, have a little bit of caution. Don't jump into them too quickly. Suss everything out carefully. Same goes for your business opportunities. Maybe expansion into new marketplace opportunity. Once again, it all comes so suddenly, so fast at the beginning of this Jupiter Aries transit. It's one of the best years for students, as I've just said. Some students change the course, have a whole new course starting, which is much more successful for you than what you were doing previously. It's good for relationship with your father, with your father's family. It's very good for getting advice. Sagittarians get the best advice this year if you take the time to take it. That's the issue. All in all, it's a most successful transit. Your health will improve, your vitality improves, your whole optimism and forward focus in life is in top-notch form. Make the most of this Jupiter Aries transit. For Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Ascendant, Guru is coming out of your third house. That's a good thing, where he was in a Marikastana position. He's very happy to be fourth house, actually, but he meets with Rahu, and that's a problem. Although in itself, Rahu has been helpful to you, fourth house, Guru Chandal Yoga can create a bit of a crisis situation in your domestic life. It can also bring you sudden opportunities for home purchase, home move, changing the home, the whole domestic sphere in a very dramatic way during April, May and June of 2023. For some of you, domestic upheaval, moving home or making major changes have to happen suddenly at the beginning of the transit. But for some of you, if you can avoid doing things too impulsively, the whole domestic situation becomes so much happier, so much calmer after October at the end of this transit. And because Jupiter and Rahu aspect the 12th house of foreign land, it's very, very likely that some of you even move abroad or go into foreign residence during this transit. That is another very open possibility. So the year divides into two, really. At the beginning, when this Guru Chandal Yoga is so strong, home situation becomes a little bit perilous. There can be quarrels, contentions, difficulty, and you have just no patience to put up with it anymore. But it will unravel slowly. At the end of the year, changes which you previously made finally fall into place, and domestic sphere becomes a very happy place, as I say, from October until May of this transit. Certainly, Jupiter's Aries transit will highlight your dissatisfaction with your career, with your job situation, making you want to make domestic changes which precipitate changes in your career. Your career, your domestic life are intimately linked in this Jupiter transit. Some of you even start to work from home, so changes that you have to make in your home actually facilitate career progression. But basically, Jupiter is showing you new possibilities in your current work scenario, which will be very good for the future. However, business people, investors, etc. will get very good profit during the whole of this Jupiter Aries transit. Jupiter aspecting 8th house of stock market, long-term investments and such money dealings go very, very well. Even property dealings can have extreme profit if that is your industry. So you have to put your mind to seeking these opportunities because they're going to come up very suddenly right at the beginning of this transit. Some people, you're going to benefit from wills, legacies and inheritance as well. But all Capricorn should be dealing with their savings, with their investments cautiously but with optimism during this transit. For students, at the beginning of the year, it's topsy-turvy. At the beginning of this transit, rather, from April until the autumn time, you've got to make a big domestic change to facilitate good study. But generally, it's good because Jupiter aspects 8th house, 12th house. You get the best research insight. You get excellent contemplation time alone to get really good results in your studies. Best time, once again, will be October until the end of the transit. It's a good year for foreign travel as well because Jupiter aspects 12th house. It's a fantastic time after the jumpy start I've been talking about so much has gone. Once the Guru Chandal Yoga has dispersed, you can get into meditation, occult study, deep mysteries of life, calming yourself, and your health improves tremendously at the end of this transit. From October onwards, it's a peaceful and even blissful moment for many Capricorns after so much upheaval. And yes, your health will definitely benefit. Aquarius, Moon and Ascendant, it's been great for you to have Guru in the second house of your chart, so strong for your finances, your security. Well, now things are going to get a little bit topsy-turvy when Guru goes for the next year into Aries, into the third house of your chart. As soon as Jupiter enters into Aries, you'll be in a very, very restless mood. Conjunction to your Lord Rahu. Jupiter here is in a Marikasthana position though, so he can't stop you really doing things impulsively. Aquarians will make many sudden changes in their life during the first part of this Jupiter Aries transit. Why? Because both Jupiter and Rahu have a fifth aspect onto the house of relationships. Aquarians may leave a relationship, start a relationship, change a relationship. Relationships will not stay the same when this Guru Chandal Yoga comes into operation, starting at the end of April, right up until the end of October. You'll be traveling, you'll be on the move, you'll be restlessly exploring new philosophy, starting a new education course, skill-based training, doing something new to expand horizon. Students make the most dramatic changes of all because Ketu continues in your 9th house. You may leave a course and get a job. You may decide to do a completely different course of education, or you will make a dramatic change to your current study pattern. Something will change in your education during this Guru Chandal Yoga. Many of you will link up to new network circles, and definitely some of you will have a fantastic job opportunity which you will grab with both hands. Job interviews could go very well indeed. Now, all this expansion and change, though, is a very willful thing happening. This is a house of ego. You are pushing out regardless of other people here, really, Aquarius. I'm not preaching, but just take a little time to consider how your actions are influencing others, and then you won't get yourself into any sticky situations. Don't forget, Guru is Marikasthana here. He can't really guide you, and you must take guidance. Ketu continues in the house of advisors. You won't listen to other people, but if you would just take a little bit of advice before every change that you are definitely going to make very soon, it will definitely work out much easier for you. On the other hand, it's a very favorable conjunction if you are writer, blogger, communicator, journalist, anybody for whom writing, communication is an important part of your livelihood. You will get complete inspiration. However, generally watch your speech because Jupiter is the second house lord with Rahu. There could be quarrels with your siblings. There could be impulsivity in what you say to your family, and there could be all sorts of quarrels and upsets coming up. And you could even commit to writing something which you regret. So the danger period is the end of April and May and June during the Guru Chandal Yoga. But apart from that, it's inspiring for all creative people. And Jupiter rules financial stability. Well, you're willing to take a risk this year for the long-term benefit. So basically, what can I say? Jupiter and Rahu aspecting the 7th house. Amazing business opportunities will crop up just out of the blue for business people with very good profit long-term. Check them out carefully, but they should be good. And job interviews, promotion, all on the cards for many Aquarians with increase of income. It's a very good transit for Pisces, Moon and Ascendant when Guru, your Lord, goes from the 1st house to the 2nd. He loves to be in this 2nd house because he's about income. He's about increasing resources, wealth in your life. He will do much good for many Pisces during this year. It's good both Ascendant and the Moon to have Jupiter's 2nd house, especially good for the Moon sign Pisces though, because when you had Jupiter in your Moon sign during the last transit, it was a bit destabilizing emotionally. So Jupiter in the 2nd house will stabilize emotions, making Moon sign Pisces feel more secure during the transit. However, it's not so stabilizing to begin with for everybody because Jupiter is with Rahu, your 12th house lord and your 7th house lord, co-lord of Virgo. So there can be some destabilization of financial expectations, maybe wills, legacies, worries about business, investments, etc. at the beginning of this Jupiter Aries transit. It's very important for all Pisces, Moon and Ascendant to stay calm during April, May and June when some feeling of financial insecurity will come. As I say, Rahu can give you sleepless nights, make you worry excessively. Don't do that. Don't make big business moves, savings move, stock market move definitely at the beginning of this transit. After October, everything unravels in your favor and you will get financial security and peace of mind. Same thing goes for your family situation. Jupiter Rahu, there could be sudden family upsets, disturbances, family's health, etc., causing you worry and concern. Once again, they will calm down and be completely resolved after October for sure. But take care of your health because Jupiter aspects the 6th house. It doesn't mean you're going to have health problems, but you've got to contain some health issues through your diet. Jupiter Rahu means there must be a change in your diet, in your food intake to get good health during the transit. Particularly watch the beginning of the transit because Rahu can actually cause you to eat something which is not good for you. Watch those Rahu-Jupiter dates at the end of April I've given on the video earlier. And generally, you must make a change under medical guidance to your food intake because it's going to make you healthier and happier when you make these changes. And in your working environment, Jupiter aspecting 6th house is very good. You can change your whole workspace and make it much more happier, productive for you. In fact, Jupiter aspecting 6th and 10th house makes this Jupiter Aries transit an extremely hard working time. But you will get noticed, you will get promotion even, and definitely you will come out in a much stronger financial position by your hard work during this transit. At the beginning of the transit, though, you decide suddenly to do your work in a completely different way. Some of you go for promotion. Some of you decide you're just bored and fed up in your job and you just want to quit. Something is restless and you need to contain the energy a little bit. Although Jupiter is going to contain Rahu, Rahu is not so well placed in this 2nd house. So take a little bit of caution here. You will find an innovative way to change your job situation, though, that's for sure. You will do something different, approach things differently work-wise, and you will get tremendous profit from doing this. In fact, you compete very well this year. If you are dealing with legal aspects, particularly Jupiter aspecting 6th house and the 8th house means that you will come out on top. So if you have legalities, wills, legacies, perhaps business dealing, financial complications going on, you will come out okay. Even though it does get a bit insecure at the beginning of the transit, ultimately you will get success and all legal factors, competitions, etc., even interviews definitely will go in your favor. Finally, Rahu rules your relationships. He's a co-ruler of Virgo. And when he's with Jupiter here, you are Jupiter. Rahu is your partner. There could be some disturbances at the beginning of the transit. April, May particularly. There could be arguments over finances, joint finances, in-laws, family matters. There could be a general disharmony between you and your partner at the beginning of the transit. This can even impact new relationships starting up. There can be disagreements over your moral values, disagreements with family members, etc. You feel in a disharmonious state with your potential partner. Don't make precipitous moves. As this Jupiter Rahu dissipates after October, all relationships, new relationships or ongoing, will become much more harmonious. On the screen right now, check out the playlist of all the other transits happening, the Saturn transits, the eclipses, the Rahu K2 transit. They're all there for you to see. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Goodbye for now and God bless everyone.